to get it underway.
La 15.
Amazing to think Gauff already playing her 10th quarterfinal at a major, just 21 years of age. Five wins and 4 defeats so far at this stage of the Grand Slams for the American.
One of the things that Elina Svitolina has done so well in this tournament is extend rallies and be able to slowly push opponents out of the point. That's something that may not work quite as well against Gauff. She may need to shorten a few of these rallies a bit more, but that'll be the push and pull that we'll be looking for as this match goes on.
Yeah, because when you look at the points won over 9, of the 8 players left in the quarterfinals, these 2 are pretty much head and shoulders above everybody else in the rallies won over 9 shots. So both, as we know, great defenders.
Gauff is so good when she gets that serve going and is above the field in terms of points won behind the serve. But the double fault, that is the area that she's going to try to cut down on, and that Svitolina will hope to take advantage of.
That's a fast start from the Ukrainian. Just what she was looking for.
That's exactly what you want as a player, to just settle in a little bit better. You get those early opportunities, opponent maybe not quite ready. And if you are, as Svitolina was, you can take advantage of it.
One shot, Chanda, that is always under the spotlight. How has she managed it so far throughout these championships?
So far, it's been good. She's kept the double fault counts pretty low. And actually, her last couple of matches, the serve came through in some big moments at the end. So I do think she has confidence in that shot as much as she can. Not easy, though, when you get broken the first game of the match.
Just got a shot of Gavin McMillan on the left, who, of course, was brought on board last summer. He had the task of trying to shore the serve up a little bit.
And guys, just after that service game, Coco Gauff went to the chair and just said something about the TV, the huge TV screen that's up in this stadium court, and she was kind of off-put by that, not getting out of the replay before she served. So we'll see what happens in the next service game.
Gauff has one of the best return
15-all.
games in the game in terms of how well she responds, how often she's able to give herself chances to break. And that's helpful when sometimes the serve isn't quite where you want it to be.
I think we're getting a flavour of what to expect tonight, aren't we?
And it almost looked like Svitolina thought her ball was maybe going out. She kind of stopped a little bit, and then that last backhand didn't really get in position for it, and it wasn't overly pushing her out of the court. So you could see a little bit of disappointment in herself after that last miss.
To the point you make, Chandra, about Coco, she's been broken 7 times in this tournament, but she's broken back immediately on 4 occasions. So she has been able to respond pretty quickly, and she has had some problems.
Yeah, I think good returning, good return games. A lot of times, part of it is intensity and how well you attack the ball, how well you look for openings and opportunities. She doesn't necessarily step into the court a lot, Gauff, but the intensity she brings, and she floods the court with balls. So that's where the serving of Svitolina is going to come into play. Svitolina has that ability to get some aces. She's got a, surprisingly big serve, more than what you would think in terms of big servers. And that is a weapon that, if she serves well, will go a long way for her tonight. And that was a bit of a tight forehand from Svitolina. Both players having to manage the nerves, manage the moment. It never gets a lot easier, no matter how many of these matches you've been in. You just get a little more experience at how to deal with it and how to reset as quickly as possible.
It's interesting because Svitolina's best serve under pressure has always been that flat, hard one to the backhand. Clearly that's going into the strength of Gauff, but her second serve tendency is to go to the forehand with no pace. So it's kind of a bit of a quandary really for Coco of how to handle this return of serve.
Brilliant exchange. Both players looking to create openings. Svitolina looking for the big finish.
That is such good movement, ball control. And Svitolina in the middle of this point kept testing the Gauff forehand, and it held up beautifully. Kept the depth on it until she could get a little more angle.
And Chanda, isn't that the litmus test really for Coco? Because if you're Svitolina there, you're sort of waiting for it to break down, and when it doesn't, you start to panic. Even for someone who loves the rallies long, even for Svitolina, that started to get a little bit anxious.
Sorry, John.
Use.
I was going to ask you how much Svitolina's game has evolved over the years, because the fundamentals have obviously stayed pretty similar, but she's tried to hit a bigger ball. I think that's fairly obvious.
Yes.
What else? Has she been successful in that, Chanda? How has her game evolved from your perspective?
I think she has been successful, and to come back the way she has when the game continues to progress, players get bigger and stronger. Yeah, and everything changes and evolves after having her daughter. Your body evolves, and you've got to kind of work with a different, set of parameters sometimes. And I think she has worked to hit bigger, to be able to match up against all of the top players, and it has worked. Instead of being so defensive and just being comfortable hanging in rallies, she's trying to take more initiative.
Game go.
Like that. That, of course, comes with a little more risk.
1 game on.
Yeah, that she looked like she hesitated a little bit, though, and wasn't quite sure whether to go big or to hit with some spin and some shape, and she was in between, and you cannot be in between when you are looking to be aggressive. The win predictor has Gauff as the slight favorite, and that's pretty fair. Maybe I'd give Gauff just a little more, a few more ticks on her side of the column, but these two pretty evenly matched in so many ways.
I think games like that last one for Coco would give her so much confidence to know that she can out-rally someone like Elina Svitolina in this match, because that's what Elina does better than anyone out here, just grinds people down.
Pummeling the forehand wing of the American. Eventually getting a ball to go after. Just saw Andy Bettles on the right there, next to Gael Monfils, British coach, who's known Elina a long time. He was her hitting partner in the early days. Second spell with Elina in the coaching department.
Oh. 15-13.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a few more breaks of serve in this match than we might ordinarily. Gauff trying to hold, take advantage of the fantastic return game that she just played.
Oh.
It's a combination for Svitolina, hitting big but hitting with depth, and that's part of what rushes Gauff on that forehand side. The depth she got on those last two shots to set up the winning forehand, that was key.
Ball toss was a little wayward, wasn't it? It made the second serve just a little uncomfortable. A string of 3 successive breaks to get the second quarterfinal underway here. Yeah, without wishing to harbour the point, if you look at the double fault count so far this tournament, it's 20 coming into this match tonight, 3 already. But I was reminded by our good friend Will Dooley, who does some great work for in the stats behind the scenes, and last season she was 1 in 4 second serves over the course of the season was a double fault. So actually, if you look at it through these championships so far, things have been marginally better.
Yeah. And if you just the eyeball test, you know, you can tell looking at her matches, seeing how she's responding to the pressure moments. I mean, that's where the double faults start to come into play. She can hit the serve in all day on the practice court and just in a basic course of things. It's under pressure is the question.
Svitolina's 14th Grand Slam quarterfinal, just 3 wins so far to date. One at Wimbledon, one at the US Open, the other also at Wimbledon in 23. Should be noted, though, when you go through those sorts of numbers, that if you look at when she was the higher ranked player in those matches, it was a lot less often. I think I'm right in saying only 5 of the 13 major quarterfinals she's played, she was the higher ranked player.
Yeah, she got as high as 3 in the world back in 2017. And that was one of the first occasions where she had an outside chance to get to 1 in the world.
Oh.
Considerably cooler in here right now than it is outside. 25 degrees in here at the present moment.
There's only been one hotter day in history, I was told earlier on, at the Australian Open. That was about 10 years ago. Play was just, I think, about to resume on the outside courts. It was suspended around 1 o'clock this afternoon.
It's okay, right back. Come on, right here.
Good combination. And Svitolina the first to hold. And she's able to extend the advantage.
Yes, but Svitolina also a player that showcases her will in matches, and that game kind of felt like that, willing herself to get the hold, to consolidate the break.
I have to say, Chanda, this is a very aggressive Elina Svitolina. Probably the best tournament I ever saw her play was the WTA finals in Singapore, and this is how she played. Very aggressive. Nick, you mentioned in that last service game with Coco that a bit of a wayward ball toss,
Sorry?
but it's always.
Lower you want? Okay.
I think he's right there. Her ball toss, to me,
You have your racket.
it seems so much higher than before.
JC Farrell, coach of Coco Gauff.
Love 30.
Certainly some discussions within the camp, aren't there, Chanda? You got your eye on that.
Yep, J.C. Farrell and Gauff's hitting partner, Johan Tatlo. Both French, and we can hear them speaking French, can't quite understand what they're saying to each other.
Oh, can you believe it? Svitolina let off the hook.
Love 40.
It went back and forth. It swung with Svitolina initially letting Gauff off the hook. That volley, kind of drop volley, but it was nowhere near. And yet she's still able to come up with that point. Gauff cannot believe she missed that one.
So much traffic being directed to that forehand wing, isn't there, in these opening 5 games?
Nick, I think this is all about the strings. I think she's struggling with the tension and the racket.
Sorry, can you ask Coco to give you the too high tension, too higher tension? Bring me the racket.
Couldn't quite catch that, Chanda.
He was wanting the ball person to bring him 2 of her rackets with higher tensions. Bring them to him. J.C. Farrell is asking for that.
Yeah, go take the racket.
And he has to be careful because Gauff can't go over there and talk to him on the changeover and when she's theoretically going to be on the other side of the court. That's why he's doing everything through the ball person.
Yeah, Chanda, I don't speak French, but I understand the numbers in French, and I think that they were trying to they were delineating between the 2 of them string tension. And so I don't know if it's because the roof is closed and the conditions are very different to what they have been when she's been playing in the daytime, but they are sending rackets away to get restrung immediately.
Been a lot going on at the change of ends if you weren't with us. Coco Gauff has just given 2 or 3 rackets back to her corner. There was instruction from her camp as to what rackets to give to the team to get restrung.
15.
Chanda, we think it's the higher tension that they wanted to get rid of. So how's that come about? Is it just because conditions here are perhaps not as they expected tonight?
It's maybe a bit slower. The conditions at night, that happens. And when it's cooler, that happens. Everything slows up a bit. And perhaps they want something a little looser for her, that she can get the ball going a bit. She's missed a number of shots into the net, particularly on the forehand side, and just want to be able to swing away on it. I mean, sometimes you want a tighter tension because you can theoretically swing more and the ball will still stay in. But if it's too tight and it doesn't go anywhere, then that's a different problem. And it seems like that's what they are thinking is part of the problem. Racket strung too tight.
It's a very nice finish. Good recognition of the damage she'd done.
15, 30.
Do we know what's par for the course, string-wise, for Coco in terms of average tension that she likes to bring out here?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how tight or loose, relatively speaking, but players often have different tensions in their bag to accommodate. You know, as conditions change, they want to be able to go to a tighter strung racket or something a little bit looser if needed. And we also know players are changing their sticks at, you know, every ball change. So you've got to have a lot of rackets in the bag.
It's interesting because he was very adamant at what number racket he wanted to pull from her and go to the stringer with. So clearly she has a few in there that are of different tensions.
Stringers take around 20 minutes to get one racket done, on average.
And while all that's going on, Svitolina's just trying to keep going about her business, keep the head down, and keep swinging the way she has done so far.
By 5 games to 1.
Continuing to get good depth on her shots and taking the openings. And you've got to be brave, you've got to be willing, confident in going into the open court. So far, Svitolina has been.
Love 15.
And this may just be a set for Gauff that she just completely tosses away. I mean, obviously still wants to hold, wants to hang in there, but if she doesn't, this match still nowhere near over.
Dropped a set in each of her last 2 rounds. Hailey Baptiste played a very impressive opening set against Gauff. Of course, Muhova won the 2nd set. So she's had to work hard.
When you think about that first set against Hailey Baptiste, and there wasn't a lot of say that Gauff had in it. Baptiste played so well, coming in, was aggressive when she needed to be, and so for Gauff to reset there was even more impressive. She wasn't playing badly, but she found a way. This set, Gauff hasn't played her best, so at least that's something she can look at. There's somewhere for her to go that will keep her in this match if she can get there. And if she can turn around a match where she was her opponent was getting on top of her constantly, this is one she has to feel like she can turn around as well. But it's so difficult when you have yet to get the serve going, and she hasn't held yet.
No. Merciless return.
Yeah, and she took so much off that first.
Okay. Okay.
Love 15.
Gauff getting past Karolina Muchova in the last round. Every time she has beaten Muchova, she has won the tournament. The previous 4 meetings, of course, a couple of those meetings were in finals. So, of course, the winner would lift the trophy, but pretty good stat. You look at one player that you've been able to get past.
Just don't show that to Karolina Muchova.
This game feels still important for Svitolina. Obviously, it's important for Gauff. Any game right now is important for her, but for Svitolina to continue to maintain the control she has in this match, to maintain the momentum. And just to put it back on Gauff, if she's going to work her way into this match, she has to come up with the goods.
Oh.
Thirty-all. Forty, 30.
Yeah, she's falling back on that forehand. She's lost a lot of confidence, Gauff, and this is such a difficult position to be in. How does she get it back? Little by little, 1 point at a time, but Svitolina with another game point.
Game, Svitolina.
When she starts
First
to
game,
miss that shot,
second set.
you have to be a little concerned.
Left arm.
Yeah, and we hear, left arm seems to be directed at Gauff, maybe keeping that left arm up. But I do think Gauff, from the ground, she was doing fine, but her struggles on serve have kind of seeped into the rest of her game. Now she's trying to go for, line too quickly. She's trying to, hit two line shots that are too low over the net. The line drives, outright winners. So she's overplaying and overpressing in every other area. Panicking, and that's exactly what I would call it. And we so rarely see that from Gauff from the ground. Concern on her mom, Candy's face as well, but she's still in this.
Love 15.
You also feel, Chanda, that Coco is a little bit unsure of where to go right now in the court against Elina Svitolina. Sometimes you know a weaker side, but Elina Svitolina's forehand is usually weaker, but she is clocking it.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Renee, because you come out onto the court sometimes and there's a certain thing you expect from your opponent. And when you don't get it, or they do something different or a lot better than you expected, it's a huge adjustment. And with everything else Gauff is dealing with, it's adding to the problem.
And these new balls are really helping Svitolina because the ball is shooting through the court even more to the forehand of Coco.
Great change of direction. Anything going into that wing right now.
Svitolina leads by
Gauff is looking distinctly brittle.
This is where I think it's more important for Gauff to relax. Even that last shot, she's not reading the court. She's a step slow, and that has to do with nerves and tension. I mean, she's nowhere near slow in general, but that's what we're seeing because of what she's feeling out there. And it's easier said than done to say relax, but there are certain things you do to relax. Breathe. Keep giving yourself big target areas. Keep hitting out on your shots. You actually don't want to back away. There are little things you can do to try to get outside of that tension you're feeling. And Svitolina is continuing to pounce.
And Catherine Chander, she's trying so many different things because her team wanted her to hit with a little more shape on the forehand. She did that on the first point, and Svitolina stepped in and hit a clean winner. So now your brain is completely shattered. You don't know what to do.
Svitolina's giving her nothing.
40-love.
Surely they can't even believe how well this is going so far.
Gael's thinking my credit card's going to get used again after this match.
Game Svitolina.
What a remarkable scoreline. 40 minutes in.
Svitolina
We've played
leads
14
by 3
points in
games to
this set. Svitolina's won 12 of them. Stubbsy mentioned the speed of the forehand that Svitolina is producing here this evening, and this will give us some actual evidence of just how big it is tonight. Here we go.
Yeah, 7 kilometers per hour bigger, faster today. And Svitolina, she came out with a plan. She came out with a strategy to use that shot, and it has worked beautifully so far. She's won 15 of the last 17 points now. And this certainly would not have been what she might have expected, but this is part of coming out ready and dealing with whatever your opponent throws at you.
Time.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Look at it. Keep fighting, Cole. Let's go. Let's go. Keep doing it. Keep fighting. Keep doing it. Until you cannot find angle to go hard middle. Come on. Allez, go.
Coco heading to her corner, desperately trying to find some solutions.
And they didn't seem to give her any. At least none that she looked happy about.
I will tell you, her worst ever defeat at a major, having just had a quick look. The biggest loss she's ever suffered at a major, she won 3 games against Osaka at the US Open in 19. That was the worst loss she has ever had at a major.
Thank you.
6 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that moment. There was so much expectation on Gauff. Of course, she was very young, had high hopes for herself. And when she... Yeah.
Keep fighting. Keep fighting.
She's playing great. What you got to do is literally everything aim middle for now. Go for that. That's it, okay?
I actually love that. You can't keep trying to hit winners. And she better hurry up and serve here because she's got 4 seconds. Oh, that was a let off. One interesting little tidbit here, when she lost to Elina Svitolina here, what was it, 5 years ago, Nick? Roof was closed.
Interesting. 2021, Renee. Good knowledge. Must-win game this, surely, Chandler.
And she's going up the middle. She is taking the advice, desperately searching for a way to get into this match. Starts with holding serve.
wasn't far away.
Use.
3 misses from Svitolina in this game, and if Gauff can get back in this, may mark those shots.
Tell you what has changed in this set. She's making the first serve. She's made 9 of 10 first serves in this set. Hasn't necessarily garnered the results yet, but she's taken the second serve out of the equation.
Game. Gauff.
It's a start. It's a long way back, but perhaps that could be something of a platform to begin with.
This was fabulous from Gauff. As much as we saw the frustration in her and the uncertainty of what to do, she took the advice, she put it into play immediately, and immediately got some positive results from it. This is where you kind of wonder about Svitolina, because as well as Gauff competed to hold serve that last game, it was not a good game from Svitolina. Somebody who is struggling to make balls, you cannot miss the way she did. 3 shots, 4 shots at the end. She's got to be careful here on serve.
Oh.
And there's Svitolina. She took a little bit off, kept spinning the ball, giving herself more margin. That was an excellent adjustment on her side.
Yeah, because she has to keep hitting it too, Chanda. That's what Svitolina's done so beautifully in this match. She's actually out-hit Coco, so she can't start getting into the push mode. I definitely wouldn't say Svitolina should start pushing, but she's one of the more consistent players out there, and this is a time to really lock in on that. And if Gauff is going to come back, she's got to do something more. So it's just situational here for Svitolina, but she's doing a fabulous job resetting in this game. That's the kind of shot where she's just in between. She's not hitting it, she's not massaging it, she's unsure, and that's where you don't want to be. You want to commit fully to whatever it is you are doing on her side of the court. Now that is fantastic. What a moment. Chanda, she's always had that one. And I think it really does help when the roof is closed, because it just allows her to really go for it.
Not lost a single point with that first serve in that direction tonight. That's been pretty reliable as well into that wing. Elina Svitolina has a set and 4-1 lead right now. She's tracking the last 4.
I mean, she's having a good old
Yeah,
time.
I mean,
over there.
look, she's staying relaxed enough to be able to smile here. I mean, there's still a good bit of drama in this match. You can feel it. You can feel some of the tension. And Svitolina beautifully serving her way through it.
Chanda, don't you feel that Elina knew how big that game was?
She
Because
had
the
to.
crowd was going to go bananas if it was a break. I mean, it's hard to say because they're also Alcaraz de Menor is after this match. So you just think how much do they want to see before that epic with the Australian public. But having said that, she knew how big that game was, just to relax her a little bit going into this one.
Extreme heat has engulfed this city today. We've had temperatures in the mid-40s Celsius in Melbourne. This was Elina Svitolina as she sat down in her chair.
That is directed at hubby, I think. By the way, I just took a look at the temperature. It's still 44 degrees outside. Oh. And for you, Chanda, that's over 110 degrees.
Not bad.
Still.
And for me, Renee, we have 44, but we have an F by it, not a C, usually.
Yeah.
And that's summer as well.
At this time of the year. Well, mate, I live in New York right now, and it's about 17 degrees, so it's freezing there.
We feel your pain. There's a fair bit of space to operate with there.
30-15.
They didn't miss by much.
Forty 15.
15 of 16 first serves, continues to make a lot in this set. It's taken the net out of play, really, hasn't she? With that kicker.
That's a confidence-boosting game. Another
Svitolina
hold.
leads by 4 games to 2.
And again, Gauff is still not out of this. She has come back from deficits. Won her first major coming back from a set and a breakdown. Very different situation tonight, but she has it in her. Svitolina has to recognize that, and this becomes another important game. Getting off to a good start is huge. I mean, what a return from Gauff.
One of the best of the evening. She knew it, didn't she?
30-15.
Just coming up out of it so early.
And it wasn't a clean hit from Svitolina as well, so starting to get a little bit tight, Svitolina. So that was just a terrible miss from Coco.
That's big time. Soon as Svitolina hit the forehand, she could tell
40,
she was going to
50.
have something a bit more hittable. But you could see the little steps, the footwork to get in position, get on balance, and give herself options.
What a slice of luck. Gauff seemed to have eaten up the ground, but just couldn't
Svitolina
maintain
leads
her
5 games to
balance.
2.
And Elina Svitolina is 1 game away from a first Australian Open semi-final.
Guys, I don't know if you saw that, but I'm pretty sure Coco just tried to hit that left-handed when she was running up to him. Yeah, let's take a look at it.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, why? She was there with so much time to hit this. I mean, she's so quick. There's no doubt she was going to get it. I don't understand why she chose to hit that left-handed. That is crazy. Chanda is speechless.
Yeah.
Time.
Not even an hour on the clock. And Coco Gauff on the ropes here, serving to stay in this quarterfinal.
Fifteen love.
Not there yet, but it would be for Svitolina in terms of major.
There's that last point of the last game where Gauff went left-handed for some reason.
Chanda, do you have an explanation for that? I was a one-hander, so for me, it's natural to hit that shot. But
No, I mean, she could have even gone to a slice or tried to massage it back and didn't have to go to the left hand.
Yeah.
Can't explain that. The only thing you might say, Renee, is she was
15,
trying to throw
30.
Svitolina off. I mean, it threw us off, so maybe that was the goal, but
yeah, I mean, she's usually pretty good with those types of shots as well around the net. Not looking good now.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's been a bewildering evening for Gauff tonight. And Svitolina has been there to capitalise. She's played a high-class match.
15-40.
And the Ukrainian has 2 match points. Elina Svitolina books her ticket to a first Australian Open semi-final. She takes advantage of an out-of-sorts Coco Gauff, a long way off her best. Not even an hour. She annihilates the third seed. Gauff is gone. Svitolina